This week, we are nearing the end of the season of Epiphany. This is the time after Christmas that tells how God's glory is revealed through Jesus Christ and how that revelation continues to reach us in our lives. And so the Epiphany journey started with the Magi, the arrival of the wise ones coming out of the east. We had Jesus' baptism. We had stories and signs of miracles. And we'll finish up Epiphany with Transfiguration Sunday, where Jesus goes up to the mountaintop. But we're not quite there yet. We've still got a little bit more time in Epiphany. And so this week, we're going to go back into Luke's gospel, but we're going to pick up on some of the themes that Vicar Mark laid out last Sunday from the 1 Peter passage with living stones and how Christ is our cornerstone, the firm foundation, the stone that the builder rejected. And we're going to hear in Luke's gospel what Jesus says about having a firm foundation. So our reading for this Sunday comes from Luke chapter 6, starting at verse 39. Jesus also told them a parable. Can a blind person act as a guide to another who is blind? Won't they both fall into a ditch? The student is not above the teacher, but all students will, once they are fully trained, be on par with their teacher. How can you look at the splinter in another's eye, yet miss the plank in your own? How can you say to another, let me remove the splinter from your eye, but fail to see the board lodged in your own? Hypocrite, remove the board from your own eye first, and then you'll see clearly enough to remove the splinter from the eye of another. A good tree doesn't produce bad fruit any more than a bad tree produces good fruit. Each tree is known by what it yields. Figs are not taken from thorn bushes, or grapes picked from briars. Good people produce goodness from the good they've stored up in their hearts, and evil people produce evil from the evil they've stored in their hearts. People speak from the fullness of their hearts. Why do you call out, Rabbi, Rabbi, but don't put into practice what I teach you? Those who come to me and hear my words and put them into practice, I'll show you what they're like. They are like a person who, in building a house, dug deeply and laid the foundation on a rock. When a flood arose, the torrent rushed against the house, but failed to shake it because of its solid foundation. On the other hand, anyone who has heard my words but has not put them into practice is like the person who built a house on sand without any foundation. When the torrent rushed upon it, the house immediately collapsed and was completely destroyed. The gospel of the Lord. So this week, we ask ourselves, what is the foundation that we are building on? What are we doing individually in our walk of faith? And what are we doing collectively as a community? And we will look for ways that Christ continues to be our cornerstone. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you on Sunday. Peace.